Hey guys, um, before I get to this video, I want to say thank you to somebody. My wife went into town today. I live in a little hick town, you know. It's a little bitty hick town. But my wife went into the gas station to get me some gas for my chainsaw, and I asked her to stop by and check my PO box number. Well, she came back. She had a package, and it came from the company. It didn't have no name, who sent it or anything like that. But get them up here. Sorry, I'm having difficulty here. They were two bottles of 100 capsules of amoxicillin, fish antibiotics, 500 milligrams. Um, Whoever sent this, thank you. I mean, it is well received, and it helps me put my mind at ease a little bit more in case of a shit hit the fan situation, knowing I've got some more antibiotics in case my boys need it. I just ordered a small bottle of penicillin. It's, I think, 30 caplets, and they're the 250 milligrams, and I just ordered those yesterday, I think it was. But thank you. Whoever it is, thank you. I can't. I'm in your debt. You know, um, if you ever need anything, just holler. But with that being said, I want to talk about knowing your area, and this this is important because say you're standing on your porch during an SHTF situation. Say the power went out, and you've got a bush, a tree, a bush, and a tree. Okay, say at nighttime, middle of the night, you hear rustling, or the neighbor's dogs are going off, or your dogs are going off, and you get out there and you look in and you see a bush, a tree, a bush, and a tree. You're going to think, wait a minute, that one bush ain't supposed to be there. You're going to know there's something or somebody, some animal or some person there. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a person up to do harm to you. So knowing your area, knowing your layout of your property, let you be in the city, let you be in the country, it doesn't matter. Know your area. Know what bush is supposed to be where, what rock is supposed to be where, what tree is supposed to be where. Knowing that could save your life, because if you didn't notice that second bush there and you walk out, you might not be walking back into your home, because that person could take you out. And I hope you understand this subject should be a 2 or 3 hour long subject, talking and discussing. I'm not going to be able to hammer the point home in 10 or 15-minute video, but even if I might have somebody watching who lives in an apartment. Okay, what happens if the apartment next to you or down below you are vacant? Then in a SHTF situation, you hear noises, you hear talking coming from that. You're going to know somebody's in there squatting, because they don't have a place to go, so you're going to have to watch that apartment from see what's going on. Or if you notice somebody standing around outside your apartment building, or a new vehicle has pulled up and just sitting there, and you don't know who it is, watch that, because it could be somebody up to no good. Um, and knowing your area also means knowing where water is, knowing where, you know, wild fruits are, wild fruit trees are growing, wild vegetables are growing, you know, and sorry, I lost my train of thought. The boys are over there playing. Um, but and knowing your area also is, if you have to leave, if you have to bug out, and it's the middle of the night, you don't want to use flashlights. If you have to walk, you want to know your area where you can walk it by the moonlight or in darkness. So you have to walk so many blocks, then turn left, and walk so many more blocks, turn right, go over a bridge, look for a path, go down, follow the path. Get out, follow, do it during the day, during night, keep practicing and practicing. Another thing is, you know, I don't care if you're in the city or if you're in the country, have a couple friends over, wait until it's really dark, turn all your lights off. And if you can get your neighbors to do it too, turn their lights off, and you guys get out there and practice. And have somebody stand in a certain area, then go out and see if you can spot them. If you know, if you got the memory here, you'll be able to spot them if they're acting like standing next to a tree, or a bush. You're going to be able to spot that extra, and it's good practice. I mean, that will help. That'll help you. I mean, there's nothing wrong in practicing and knowing observations. You know, either that is military training. They're always doing those type of exercises. You know, making sure where there's two branches, there's not a third branch sticking up, which that third branch could be a rifle pointed at you or something like that. So just I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. And if you're out in the country like I am, you know, I've got. Let me turn around here. You see all those woods back there? There's also a bunch of hay bales that I got to help load, round bales. But all those woods back there, that's all my landlord's property. And I'm constantly out there looking for different signs. If somebody's, if there's a new path through the woods, if I'm always, looking, making sure there's nobody coming in, poaching, because there's a lot of deer and a lot of turkey out there. And, we've already busted a few people poaching. But, if you do that, you can, in a shit hit the fan situation, you're out there looking, look for signs where people are standing. The area be flattened, and if they smoke, there'll be cigarette butts. Tobacco. If somebody dips or chews or something like that, you're going to see and smell the spit signs. If it's fresh. Um, Look for campsites. Look for food. Fresh thrown down food containers. There's just so much that I want to discuss in this short amount of time. But like I said, this is really should be a 2 or 3 hour set down talk with actual visible things that you can show people. But I hope it's getting, you can understand, like if you're in the city and your power's out and you need a fresh water source, let it be a little lake, a creek running through the city, make sure you know the way to get there. And you don't want to go there in the daytime. You won't go there at nighttime, so you're not bringing notice to yourself. And know how to get there in the darkness. Know if there's a apple tree or a pear tree on the backside of a park. that not a lot of people knows about. Uh, know how to get there to get you a few apples or pears or whatever it is. Know if there's some wild vegetables growing somewhere. You know how to get there. And people say, well, how's wild vegetables going to be grown? People are just not going to throw seeds down. Birds and animals come and eat people's garden. They fly over or they set and they crap and the seeds pass through them. Wild vegetables. Easiest explanation I can explain to you guys. That's how I have been. I have been hunting in the fall and come across tomato plants and green beans and pepper plants in the middle of the woods with nobody around, and that's what it's from. You know, birds and animals raiding people's garden. They poop the seeds out. It grows. But know where those areas are. And always, whatever you do, if you take one path to a place, have 3 ways of coming back different than the path you took. That way, if anybody is following you, you can lose them. Always switch up your routes. But I hope you guys understand what I'm talking about when I'm saying knowing your area. You know if there's an extra car there, know if there's an extra boulder or tree or a bush. Get out and practice with your neighbors, practice with your friends, practice with your family, get your kids involved and make sure they can know what the signs are, because they might be outside and say, hey, Dad or Mom, they come running in. We've got an extra bush growing by the fence. Or, hey, one of the boards are really pulled to the side. If you got a privacy fence, somebody could pop the board loose on you. A chain link fence, somebody could snap it and, then try to put it back together where it's not noticeable. You always check that stuff. And that way, it don't take much time to do it, and you could be safe. It could save your life. Again, I hope I'm explaining myself. This is like a mini fast crash course on this subject, which should be a 2 or 3 hour subject, really. But I'm trying to kind of, if you guys haven't thought about it, hopefully this little bit of time has got your brain, got your mind thinking like, oh, I haven't thought about that. Maybe I should go out and check this and go out and check that. And, it's just another thing to help keep you safe. It don't cost anything, just your time. And you can do it as a family, you can do it as a group, you can do it as a neighborhood, and just get out. Walk your property. Besides that, it's good exercise too. If you walk to a local stream or something like that and turn around and walk back a different way, you get to see different areas. You get to find out, okay, if I come down this area, there could be a house here. It looks like there's a bunch of druggies or a bunch of thugs. Okay, I don't want to go this way. I want to go this way. That comes into knowing who the bad neighbors are. That falls into knowing your area. Where the troublemakers are, where the druggies are, where the thugs, if you want to call them. I call them cowards because they run in groups. The gang members and stuff like that. They're cowards in my book. But that falls into knowing your area, And also the crazy man on the corner. Everybody's got those. The crazy cat lady or the crazy old man that if you barely touch his lawn, he comes screaming at you, "Get off my lawn!" Almost every neighborhood's got those. I grew up with those too. But, know where those are so you can avoid them. Because if you're walking at nighttime and you don't want somebody coming outside screaming at you, because if you're there at nighttime, you're there to not be seen. So again, I hope you guys understand where I'm coming at. You know, it's 15, this past 15 minutes. I'm gonna get off of here. But if you guys got any questions, please feel free to email me. Um, you know, my email and my P.O. box is on my homepage under the About section. And just feel free to, you know, email me, write me a letter, drop me a card, you know, you know, whatever you want to do. And I'm going to get off here and get some work going. Everybody, be safe, keep preparing, and I hope this video helped you a little bit, because I hope I didn't talk in circles, and I hope I made sense. Everybody, be safe. Bye for now.